we are honored to have a special guest, by the way, who changed my golf game, Christina Ricci, PGA, LPGA, TPI3, with more pars.
Hello, divas and gents, and welcome to the Traveling Golf Diva Podcast, where golf meets travel, lifestyle, and unforgettable adventures. Here's your host, Doris Muscarella.
Christina, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a golf professional. I coach adults, recreational players. I've been doing that since 2016 with camps that I host across the country at top resorts. In 2008, I published my first book, A Girl's On-Course Survival Guide to Golf. Is that the one that you have? Yes.
I have them all.
That's awesome. And so I wrote 7 books after that and started to do the camps. Once I got PGA certified, LPGA, and TPI level 3, which is Titleist Performance Institute. They are the leaders in golf research, specifically with the body swing connection. I'm a big proponent for, yes, our equipment is very important, but our body is our equipment. So it's important to understand what it can and cannot do to help you create a consistent golf swing and to prevent injury. So those 3 certifications, now I host camps across the country, like I said, and I really enjoy it. And now I'm diving into the corporate market. So bringing corporate companies that are looking to incentivize, especially women, getting women on the golf course to feel confident, especially the newer players, getting them some fundamentals so they can do some sales on the golf course, just like the guys.
I love the corporate section. I worked in corporate America, and, these retreats and these outings are so good. They're like, to get connected to the people that you work with on a different level. And golf is a perfect tool. Love golf. I'm not a great player. I use your book for reference all the time. It just makes me focused and always to concentrate on what, the techniques and stuff like that, which you forget. At least I do. So for me I didn't start golf early on in life. I started later in life, and I've learned through different classes or lessons. What do you recommend to improve my golf game?
The best way to improve your golf game, if you're interested in lower scores, is to set up a putting area in your house. So I have a 12-foot mat, and I putt all the time at home. That's huge, because putting represents more than 50% of all your strokes during a round of golf. Par 72, allocate 2 putts a hole. Throw in a couple 3 putts, you're well over 50%. So if you're a player that wants to lower your handicap, like if that's one of your goals, putting. Plus, if you have time to go to the range, typically you're going to want to hit balls. I know, I'm one of them. All right, so the best thing to do is practice putting at home so you don't have to worry about practicing so much at the range. Now, as far as your golf swing, practicing that, I highly recommend that you focus on, believe it or not, at home, mobility and stability, believe it or not. Because if we're not mobile, the biggest thing in the golf swing, we have to stay in our posture. That's where players go off. They're not able, because maybe they're not mobile or stable enough to maintain their forward bend. All right, so this is our torso. This is our legs. All right, they come out of their posture because they're not able to stay in it back and through. They may set up with a good posture, but then as they take the club back, they stand up. Maybe they're tight in their hips. Maybe they're not loading up their glutes. Whatever the case may be, posture is number 1. Now, obviously, number 1 is club face. But as far as the body, it's posture. So you can practice. I have a great training system using my More Pars training ball. And you can just use a regular, like, basketball that you do with the wall. So you have your ball and the wall, and I walk you through step by step how to train the golf swing. No club required.
Wow.
Yeah, another one, which is great, and it's not mine, but she's a really good friend of mine, and she co-coaches at camp. Karen Jansen. Are you familiar with Karen Jansen?
No.
Oh, you have to look her up. She's with cardiogolf.com. Now, she's developed a system where you can practice your golf swing at home, no ball required, with light fitness. And she has this wedge, couple wedges, and a shorty club. So you can actually make swings in the house without breaking anything. So it's a cardiogolf.com. Check it out. It's another great resource if you want to practice your golf swing at home.
I do PR and marketing for a living, and then my passion is golf. So I spend a lot of time in front of the computer. And then sometimes, not as much as I want to, go to the putting green and practice my putting, because to me, that's where the money is. That's where you close a deal. That's where you lower your score. I practice chipping and all that, but I primarily like the putting because of that. But I have to ask you, after I play golf, I get the worst backache. So they told me I'll go to Pilates, strengthen your core, and that's going to get much better. I started Pilates. I still have backaches. So I'm doing something wrong.
Yes. That's a big sign that you're not staying in your posture. You may be setting up with an excessive arch in your lower back.
Really?
Or the reverse, like I call it a knee dive. So you got to make sure you're hip hinging, and then yes, you got to engage that core. But you got to get into the proper hip hinge right out of the gates in order to protect that lower back. Now, if you're trying to swing using your lower back instead of your glutes and your legs, that will also cause lower back pain. So in motion, if you're using your lower back to create the rotation, you're going to cause major lower back pain, because your lower back is meant to be stable. And where players go off is because maybe they're not getting into a proper hip hinge and they're not using their legs properly. Because of it, the lower back takes the load and you end up injuring your discs or getting major back pain. And the third thing I'll say is you may be out of alignment. So I don't know if you see a chiropractor, but I know when I go out of alignment in my lower back, like my L5 and L4, my sacrum, I can't load my legs. Like it's impossible. Like it's a light switch. So if you're out of alignment, the brain can't send the message to the nerve, and you can't fire the right muscles if you're out of alignment. So it's really important to be structurally aligned. And I see a specific chiropractor, not a traditional one, because I find that they're not suitable for golfers. It's a CCEP, which is a Certified Chiropractic Extremity Practitioner. A CCEP. Find one in your area. They're all over the country. I highly recommend them for golfers because they do everything, including your wrist, your ribs, because the golf swing has a lot of torque and movement, so your ribs can easily go out. Your collarbone, obviously your neck, your anterior lower spine, like your L5, 4, 3, ankles, knees, everything. It's completely different than a regular chiropractor, which really just focuses on like the sacrum, doing a couple neck adjustments, and you're done. Shoulders, the CCEP does, which is absolutely paramount for golfers. So it's way different. I highly recommend that because, like I said, and speaking from experience, when I go out of alignment, I can't swing. I'll leave the range. I'm like, ooh, I'm out. I got to go see my chiropractor because my muscles are turned off and I'm just going to create injury. So circling back to your lower back pain, it could be that.
Could be that. I'm going to look into that. I never knew there was a specialist for this. Christina, I did a survey online and I put, what are the 3 things you would like for, if you're a golfer, what are the 3 things you would prefer for the holidays? And the first one was a new golf bag. Second one was new golf clubs. And the third one was a golf trip. But 100% went for the golf trip. But a golf trip that at the same time teaches you, like your retreats. So let's say somebody that's listening would like to go one of your retreats. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Yes. So like I said, I host across the country, primarily in Florida, Arizona, and California. I have some upcoming, I call them camps, in Florida in January and February. And then I head out to Arizona, where I host in the Phoenix area, down in Tubac, Arizona, at this amazing historic resort. Matter of fact, it's where they shot the movie Tin Cup. Do you remember that movie, Tin Cup?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So they shot some of the scenes at Tubac Resort, which is right down near the border. Beautiful facility, charming, quaint. And then I head up to Sedona, which is spectacular. In Sedona, March 13th to the 17th, Pals and Pars. Have you heard of Women's Golf?
Yes.
They're one of the sponsors, and we promote it to their members. And non-members are absolutely welcome. And it's a social event with learning. So that is a super one. And the itinerary is great. My camps usually run for 3 days of instruction. And then we bookend it with arrival day, departure day. All right, so you're not rushing. So you arrive, you settle in, we have our instruction days, and then the last day, usually there's like an optional round of golf, and then you leave. But in the middle, it's fun, engaging, clinics, you head out to play with this coaching on the course. For the women specific, all the women there are super supportive and fun, and they're there to get, to meet other like-minded women, which is great. And then my co-ed camp, same thing. Like a lot of couples come. And as far as skill levels, all skill levels, even the brand new player, because my camps are small. Typically, they range from 6 campers to 12. The one in Arizona, the Pals and Pars, that one is going to be up to 28 because it's more social. Little less immersive with instruction. Like my 6 campers and 12 campers is a lot of instruction, where the bigger camps are instruction, but more play and more kind of fun activities. So you get kind of like a mini vacation / golf / a little bit of learning, which is great.
I would love that. I would love that package for myself. I like the one in March because it's still cool and nice. Now the one in Florida, where you host it?
Hammock Beach Resort and Spa. It's right on the ocean.
I love that place. When is that one?
I have some at the end of January. The only thing I'll caution in January, it can be a little chilly.
Yes.
Like 60s. And then I have some in February. You get a little warmer in February.
At Hammock Beach?
Hammock Beach Resort and Spa. And all my camps, you can look at my upcoming schedule at moreparscamps.com. That's just the easiest.
Yep. And if anybody wants to give a gift to Doris, please.
Oh, that would be great.
I would love to go. We have a couple of leagues, and one of them is Diamonds in the Rough. So I'm going to talk to them about it, see if they want to make a group, like take a couple of the girls and go in a group up to Hammock Beach is spectacular. Been there, played golf, amazing.
And you can share. I have packages where you can have 3 and even 4 gals in a 3-bedroom, 3-bath unit. So you can save a lot of money. It's a spacious 3-bedroom, 3-bath. You can fit 4 comfortably in there, and you can save money if you're on a budget.
Okay, so when you email me all this information, I'll put it on the show notes, and I will also put it on the, I have a website, I'll also put it in the website. This is great for the holidays. You're thinking of a gift to give to somebody. A trip to Hammock Beach is spectacular. Sedona, or where else? California, you said?
Tubac, Arizona.
Tubac, Arizona.
And Phoenix, Arizona.
There you go. That's the best thing you could do. You improve your golfing. You have a great time. And you're with Christina, the best.
I am fun. People, I'll make a note of this. A lot of players come to camp and they're like, Christina, I was so nervous to come to camp. I just didn't know what to expect. I was afraid that I was going to, not be good enough. And then when I got to camp, you made me feel so comfortable. Everyone was so nice. So it's really a relaxed, casual, yet you're learning real skills. So it's not like this elite camp where, nothing to be nervous about.
Yeah, but sometimes you feel intimidated. If there's people that are better players than you are, you just feel intimidated. So, but this sounds like it's a more friendly environment than intimidation or anything. You're there to learn, enjoy, and, build relationships because you're going to meet new people.
That's right. Yeah, it's super fun and relaxing. No intimidation. Like, none of my campers feel intimidated once they're there. They're like, wow, this is so much fun.
You make it fun. And then when you're not doing your retreats and stuff, what are you doing? Do you compete?
No, I don't play enough to compete. I'm literally just getting back into playing. I just have not played at all. I practice a lot. I love to practice. But getting out to play, it's like I'm playing this Sunday, which is great. But I used to compete. I did, and it was fun. It just I don't have enough time to play to compete. Maybe I will later, but right now I just want to get out and play. Just getting out and play is tough because I do have a lot of things going on.
Right.
When I'm not teaching, I'm building an AI app, a More Pars app. So it's going to be
Awesome.
like a co-coach that you can ask a question and you can get an answer from the AI agent, which is More Pars Pal, based on my coaching technique. So I'm educating my More Pars Pal, which is an AI agent that you can ask any question about your game, the long game right now, and get an answer. So if you're struggling from, I can't get my woods airborne from the fairway, you'll get specific tips on how to correct with suggested videos and book pages, like specific book pages to go to, which is really cool. So I'm building that out.
Do you have to be a member or a membership fee to do that, to get it?
Nope. Totally free. It's actually donation based. I'm making that donation based, because I want everyone to have access to it. And then, I always recommend that you donate to support the work because it takes a lot of work, but it's not required because I want everyone to be able to get more pars.
Absolutely. And sometimes you're out there playing and all of a sudden you're like, oh, I forgot about that swing, or I have to chip, and you're in a mountain or something and you have to put your feet a certain way or something. That would be great just to go to the app and look at it and get a refresher course real quick. That's a great idea.
Exactly.
Love it.
I do have a streaming channel that is subscription. It's $99 a year. It's a no-brainer. It's got all of my videos, all of them, including my More Pars fitness workouts, which are great. So it's morepars.tv. That's my streaming channel. So every week I post a new tip on Saturdays. That's my tip of the week. I've been doing that since 2010. So all the tip of the weeks are on the morepars.tv, and then like every other video you can think of from tee to green is on there, including my fitness, which is great.
That's awesome.
Just another resource that you can do at home. Put me on the big screen.
In the morning before I go to play golf, I look at the how you stand, because I tend to slouch. And in your book, it tells you, and there's pictures, and it shows you how you stand, how you set up, how you look at your target. I just go through that real quick in the morning just to make sure that I'm doing it properly. So a lot of resources that you're providing, Christina. Thank you so much. And I will put them in the show notes and as well as the website. Thank you for your time. If they want to get a hold of you or they want to sign up for one of these retreats, where do they go?
moreparscamps.com.
Thank you, everyone. Stay tuned. Stay connected to us. Subscribe to the Traveling Golf Diva for more information. And thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Traveling Golf Diva podcast. Be sure to subscribe, share, and follow. Find the Diva on Facebook at The Traveling Golf Diva and on Instagram at The Golf Diva. And be sure to visit the TravelingGolfDivaPodcast.com for more inspiration. See you next time.